we've created a new game at Midway. We could tell you about its new Zeus chip and how it renders 1.2 million polygons per second. We could tell you about the Road Tour and the thousands of fans that waited hours to play. We could tell you about all the national press coverage, about the millions of hits at its website, about the lifelike 3D characters and amazingly real backgrounds, about a new weapons feature that will revolutionize fighting games. We could tell you it's more intense. But what we can tell you is that it represents change. Mortal Kombat 4 is about change.
Mortal Kombat has become an industry upon itself. Every version of Mortal Kombat that has been introduced into the marketplace has become a blockbuster.
The thing that really astounds us is that this one arcade game that we made in 1992 has managed to spawn off all these different forms of media.
The Mortal Kombat movie has made over $100 million worldwide. The Mortal Kombat home games have sold 15 million copies. The arcade game alone has earned what's estimated at over $1 billion. And this fall, with the Mortal Kombat sequel movie being released and Mortal Kombat 4, it really seems like the legacy continues to grow.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the first 3D Mortal Kombat.
I don't think we would have even done a Mortal Kombat 4 had we not known that we could do the kind of advancements that we did.
Up till now, no other technology was capable of truly presenting the fast-paced action necessary in a Mortal Kombat game.
And the difference with Mortal Kombat 4 is it utilizes a 3D graphics engine, so the game is entirely done with 3D computer graphics.
We have developed an extremely sophisticated graphics chip, which we call the Zeus chip. It's capable of generating in excess of 1,200,000 four-sided polygons per second. To put that into perspective, I understand that's approximately 10 times more powerful than the Nintendo 64 system.
And we're pushing around so many polygons, and the detail is so incredible, and the realism is so incredible, but that still wasn't enough. We still had to take the game a bit further.
So we decided to change everything. We decided to change the presentation of the graphics, the gameplay, add completely new elements to it all.
What we did was we introduced weapons, and weapons are in other 3D fighting games, but not in the way that weapons are in Mortal Kombat 4. The speed of Mortal Kombat 4 and the way that you can drop a weapon, your opponent can pick up your weapon and use it against you is so incredible and adds so much to the fighting.
When we designed the Zeus chip, we designed it for extraordinary performance, but at a very low cost relative to any other 3D product on the marketplace.
The Mortal Kombat 4 Road Tour is something that's never been done before in the video game world. We're taking Mortal Kombat 4 on the road to select cities around the country, and we're providing players a sneak preview, an exclusive sneak preview of the game a full month before anyone else in the world will see it.
This is a product that will cause the kids to be standing 5 deep, waiting to play, because it is so much more exciting than anything that's in the market right now or anything that's been introduced in the market over the past few years.
I'm here to play Mortal Kombat 4.
It's just because it's Mortal Kombat, everybody's going to play it.
I wanted to be the first to play it.
They're all excited. They've been obviously waiting for MK4 for a long time, and
now they're close to getting it. And as we can see, the turnout is just fantastic.
I've been to every single one of the stops so far.
People are already asking when we're going to have it. You know, they want to know the day and the time so they can come and play.
It's been incredible. Our website, mk4.com, has gotten millions of hits since we first put it up on July 10th. To give you an idea of how much activity it's gotten, in one day alone, we've gotten 500,000 hits on the webpage.
We've had wonderfully positive reaction everywhere we go. People are amazed at the difference between MK3 and MK4. They love the 3D. They really love the fact that you can take away a weapon from your opponent and use it against him.
The classic characters have their old moves back and a lot of new ones. Weapons are a great feature.
It looks better, it runs smoother, the effects are great.
I like this one a little better because it's a little more dark and gothic.
This game is real fast, it moves, it's real quick on the ground. I think they did a real good job.
The backgrounds are awesome. The backgrounds, that's what makes it. It's definitely the best fighting game I've played so far.
I'm going to go get back in line right now and play it again.
I'm going to plan on being here until 7 o'clock until they take the machines away.
From what we saw inside, this is going to be a great promotion, and this is a great way to get some of the major locations the game early.
And I think this type of promotion really adds to our sales effort and player awareness. If the players are aware, the operators have no choice but to buy.
I don't think there was any question that I'd have MK4 in my facility. It's a matter of how many and how many kids are going to come in here and play it.
It's going to kick some serious butt.
It's going to be the best 3D fighter probably out there.
It was really cool.
Really impressive.
Dude, man, this game rules.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that rocks.
It's a great video game.
Best one yet. I'm not a freak about it, but I enjoy it.
Awesome, it's great.
Excellent.
It's hot.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the mother of all fighting games. Mortal Kombat 4 is the pinnacle of all Mortal Kombat games that have preceded it. It is the most sophisticated, fast-paced, a beautiful fighting game that has ever been created.
Round 1, fight!
We decided to change everything. We decided to change the presentation of the graphics, the gameplay, add completely new elements to it all.
Mortal Kombat 4 is the first 3D Mortal Kombat.
Why did Mortal Kombat go 3D? That's a great question.
I honestly tapped out at that point. I was not a fan of 3D fighters. I looked at 4 and I wasn't really vibing with it.
Going 3D for the video game industry was a little bit like reinventing the wheel, but with polygons instead of pixels.
When Mortal Kombat 4 came out, I was absolutely taken aback that it was 3D.
You know, the transition to go from 2D to 3D is always tricky.
When it came out, I was insulted that there were no longer the photographed actors. Like, this isn't Mortal Kombat anymore. My biggest problem is whenever Mortal Kombat changed, I made the decision as the arbiter of Mortal Kombat that it was no longer Mortal Kombat.
Midway put out War Gods, which was kind of their first attempt at making a 3D fighting game. They take a lot of concepts from Mortal Kombat.
They had a 3D button instead of the run button, but it never felt quite comfortable. And so I was like, I really hope they don't copy this. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. Instead, they added like the sidestep ability.
More of like a quick tap, and you can dash into the foreground.
In Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, you had the dial a combo system, which was kind of like punching in a phone number. You have to know the phone number to do the combo. But fans were so creative with launchers that popped characters into the air and then comboing them on the way down with juggles, that even those static combos became something that you could use to express yourself as a player. Mortal Kombat 4's combo system was called Universal, where everyone had the same combos, and not everyone had the same special moves. So you could still, you know, weave in special moves into the Universal combos to put your own little spin on them, but it wasn't the same as what you could do in Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat 4, I think, was one of the games that made the jump to 3D rather easily compared to a lot of other franchises.
It felt like it was not doing things as well as other 3D fighters in that space.
It was just so different. I couldn't get into it the same way.
Mortal Kombat 4 is one of those rare games where I like it a lot more now than I did when it came out. I could tell now that they were like doing something interesting, bringing it into a new era.
Mortal Kombat 4 is kind of that bridge game to what is coming next, right? It's their kind of first attempt at 3D. And so I think it makes sense nowadays when we look back on it to go like, well, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 are such amazing video games. Like, what do you do after that? Like, yeah, you have to strip it all down and rebuild it from scratch, or else you're just making the same thing over and over again forever, and no one wants that after a certain point.
As far as I was concerned, I loved Mortal Kombat 4. Between the Universal combo systems, between the weapons, between the characters, the endings.
We had a deal.
A deal? I am not a god of my word, reptile. All deals are off.
I just thought Mortal Kombat 4 was this perfect package, and I played it to death. It's probably the game I've spent the most time in, even more than Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo.
I sit before you as the lone person, the last one left, maybe the only one that ever was, the only person that will sit here and tell you and look you dead in the eyes and say, Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero is a cool game.
You will fail.
we were starting to dip into Mortal Kombat products that went directly to the home. Mortal Kombat Trilogy, that was huge.
Even, I think, when we were starting MK4, we understood that the coin-op as an industry was sort of starting to wane a little bit. Ed and a portion of the team was focused on MK4, and then, of course, myself and a portion of the team, largely a new team, were focused on mythologies. Hey, let's do it one more time. And John, don't hug the ladder so close. Let yourself out a little bit.
They are earth, wind, water, and fire. With your mastery of the element of cold, you have an advantage that no other human has, and that is the ability to defeat the elements. I have foreseen this.
We're sort of hedging our bets. It's like we can do home games and arcade games. We can live in both spaces and maybe use it to our advantage.
The concept of adapting a character from a fighting game into a full-on game. It's a good idea. You know, like, you've got all these characters with backstories and everything, why not investigate it?
You're going to the Nether Realm, and you're going to bring back the amulet. We must act quickly. I have no dominion in the Nether Realm. You are reality's only hope.
I'll do it, Thunder God.
It was fun mixing 2D and 3D more than other MKs did. It was 3D environments, but 2D characters, so it was kind of a cool bridge between the old school games and getting into 3D.
The thing that Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero does is that it doesn't sacrifice being a Mortal Kombat game. Now, that's either a good thing or a bad thing from depending on where you're sitting, but MK Mythologies, you use the same button layout that you use in the fighting games. It means that a lot of the combos and concepts that you know from Mortal Kombat still work in this game. You get to it a little differently because you have to unlock some of those moves, and you know, like you have a meter to how many ice balls you can throw, and some of these other things that make it, you know, an action game instead of just a pure fighting game. But they added a button that just makes it so you can turn around. And that simple thing is what lets them take everything that worked in Mortal Kombat and apply it to a game where enemies might be attacking you from both sides. It's a simple but very effective concept that I think makes that whole game work. They stayed true to Mortal Kombat for better or worse.
The arcades were, at the time, were still, for our games, were still EPROMs, which was a dramatically smaller footprint of memory. The home games, obviously with you know, the data being on a disc, opened up a lot of doors. So suddenly you could do full motion video in Mythologies.
Grandmaster, in honor of the Lin Kuei, I bring you this sacred map of elements.
Once again, our most cunning assassin and thief is successful.
The amazing FMV cutscenes, Rich DeVizio's Quan Chi is incredible.
I see the ninja has been successful in retrieving my map, as I have foreseen.
Let's get something straight. I am not a ninja. I am Lin Kuei. Scorpion was a ninja.
Ah, yes, your Japanese counterpart. How unfortunate that you happened upon him in your battle with those pesky Shaolin monks.
Scorpion was tipped off. He knew I was breaking into that temple, and if he wasn't there, there wouldn't have been a battle.
We shot the whole thing on a green screen, and that's normal now, but it wasn't back then. And you can tell, of course, looking at the stuff now, it's like, whoa. But at the time, it was like groundbreaking.
Don't bother worrying about escape. Who are you? I am a dead man.
I was Scorpion for MK Mythologies. The way John wrote the sequences, I kind of made Scorpion a little bit more unhinged. He was like And I had the whited out eyes too. And so I could just act all crazy and be just look a little bit tweaked out.
More like you?
I am. I did get some compliments for that, Carrie, just so you know.
From who?
Somebody I know that you don't know.
Your mom?
Shut up.
Words will not save you. Lin Kuei, a warrior.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and defend every part of the game. I think in the very first level where you run and you teeter on this edge of this thing and then have this weird jump down and loop your way around so you don't fall to your death and kind of loop your way in to catch a ledge. Like, there's just design stuff in there that I can't defend all of it. But just the very concept that they managed to take a fighting game and apply it to this larger action platformer concept without giving up what made that a fighting game in the first place, I think is what makes that game worth a look. Now, you could argue, again, that, you know, by the time we get to something like Shaolin Monks, they found ways to make those games actually feel good and all of that. But you had to have MK Mythology Sub-Zero first, and probably Special Forces, I guess, before you get to a point where you're actually figuring out how to make these games good. Gave that game like a 7.5, man. It's not an amazing game, but it's all right.
Towards my later years of Midway, what I became conscious of was that there is business outside of Chicago. I thought of what other opportunities are there beyond my, immediate work at Midway.
Mortal Kombat, it got really big. We created it, but we didn't own it. He wanted to do something that he owned, I think.
We had been approached a handful of times by other folks with offers to move on. Of course, I loved working at Midway. I had friends at Midway. The work I did, I was very proud of. We all look at each other as family, and I had been there for over 10 years.
So he and a group of guys left, and then they formed another studio.
Leaving at the time that I did, I was aware of these new platforms that were coming out. I knew Microsoft was working on something. I think the PlayStation 2 was the early phases of that. We thought that if we're going to leave and start something new, this is the time to do it.
I think I understood it, but I still missed working with him.
It was not an easy choice. I certainly didn't feel good about leaving. I felt like, okay, this is something I have to do.
We never had a problem. I mean, to this day, we're still on the same text chain, and we talk all the time and whatnot.
I don't know that there were hurt feelings. I think we didn't talk for a period of time, but as the years passed, we all realized that we had become such great friends just in working with each other that we weren't going to let the idea that I wasn't working there wasn't going to come between our friendship. So we're still, I'm still friends with everybody I worked with back then.
the NetherRealm era of Mortal Kombat, the kind of revamp of the franchise, a reboot, it is all still very much unapologetically Mortal Kombat. We wanted to play it against each other. We wanted to see all the cool finishing moves and how all the old moves have been brought back, because it was back to 2D.
Finish her!
Something that NetherRealm has always been really excellent at is innovating on their own formula and looking to push the boundaries of what they did in the previous games to say, we want to keep going and make this bigger and bigger, bring more people into the fandom. And Mortal Kombat 9, I think, was a really pivotal moment for that.
Your amulet.
It is nothing, Liu Kang. The tournament begins.
I focus mainly on the creative, you know, the overall direction that we're going to do. What's the new features we're going to add to this, the direction of the story and whatnot. I just want to expose his hand more, but it takes a huge team. It's a completely different animal. I haven't written code in 20 years or something like that, so.
I think it's a combination of things that keep Mortal Kombat interesting. First, it's NetherRealm's commitment to always innovating their gameplay mechanics. How are they continuing to one-up themselves? Like, where do these ideas keep coming from?
You have itches that you want to scratch. We wanted to do like this adventure thing. You know, we've added the crypt. And we've added, you know, conquest mode.
I am Shujinko. Pardon my intrusion, but you do not look like a demon of the Netherrealm.
I am Ashra. I was once like the others, before I found the means to purge myself of the evil taint that permeates all who reside here.
I believe that's played a huge role as far as the longevity of Mortal Kombat. Players not knowing, you know, well, what's the next game going to have?
What do you say we settle this man to man?
Best 2 out of 3?
Fair enough.
We must be careful. Madam Bo will kick us out if we break something.
Oh, this won't last long enough for that to happen. You will be down in no time.
Fight!
We're always trying to add something new. I think it's evolved dramatically over the years, and players are sticking with us. A big part of what motivates myself and our team is just the continuing support that players have so many years later. And it didn't really dawn on me that it's not the same group of players. Some people joined in around Deadly Alliance, some people joined during MK9 or something. So there's a novelty to a number of people who've only seen 3 Mortal Kombats as opposed to the 12 that we've done.
Something that I think really keeps the franchise going, iteration after iteration, is their ability to make it more accessible to a broader range of players and also a changing player base, adding simple fatalities that are a single button press. Adding combos that are easy to fire off. All make older gamers like me a little bit more willing to jump back in, but it also makes it really friendly for new players, which is fantastic. But on the other side, if you want to punish yourself, there are all the tools in there that you can make it as hard for yourself as you want. And I think that's what gaming in a modern era is all about, is giving gamers tools to play the games that they want. And NetherRealm has always been so excellent at that.
And the production of the games is huge now. The team was 4, and then it was 5 for MK2. I think it was like 7 for MK3. Once we got into doing directly to the home, where it was writing to a DVD or CD, there was a lot more memory to fill. We started getting into doing video to tell the story and whatnot. So all of a sudden, all these new disciplines are needed. You know, we have a number of producers on our team right now, and the directors, basically, you know, camera directors and whatnot, story writers, dialogue writers.
The Mortal Kombat franchise does story so well. It's so wild if you try to summarize what the lore of Mortal Kombat is to somebody. You're like, okay, how much time do you have?
Surrender Kronika's crown and the Elder Jackson Briggs. No harm will come to you.
Can we take an Elder God?
Cassie beat Shinnok.
Only because the cages are born with crazy magic powers.
Maybe we have our own magic.
These really wild, fantastical characters. You have gods, and you have robots, and you have animal humans and wizards and all kinds of stuff that makes it so fantastical and so fun. And the way that they've incorporated the lore and narrative into their story modes and campaigns in the games has been just phenomenal. They've made the campaign, for me, a go-to playable moment in every Mortal Kombat that comes out, and most fighting games can't say that.
It is an excellent ruse, your disguise.
If it's revenge you want, have at it. If it's restitution, there's nothing left.
What I want, Shang Tsung, is to elevate you, to make you the great sorcerer that now you can only pretend to be.
Over the years, at some point, we started just making movies, basically. When we did that with Mortal Kombat 9, it became our biggest Mortal Kombat selling game at the time, and I believe that was a big part of it.
They are absolutely paying attention to every facet of the space.
I hope you know our fight wasn't personal.
Please, do you realize how many tournaments I've fought in?
If you were to say, you know, which series and which IP and which kind of game has continued to figure out interesting ways to reimagine itself, MK has been doing that for such a long time.
I don't know how many franchises have their last games are the highest selling ones, which is like, you know, how does that happen? You know, usually there's a tail off and then eventually they finish. Our last few games have been our highest selling ones, so I don't know what, I don't know. We're doing something right.
Fatality.